right, y'all. That quick. That quick I went in and I found the word that we was looking for. Hold on. I got so excited I forgot to clear my junk up. 1 second. Ah! This is my junk chair right here. And I just throw all my junk in it. And when I got through making the video, I threw my junk back in it. Sorry. Okay. Like I say, I got excited because it's while I was reviewing my video. Funny thing, when that Latin word for hocus pocus, when I said it in the video, I was on my phone and my phone jumped up there, where it got your YouTube, who you subscribe to and your Facebook, whatever. It jumped as if, I don't know, like I never seen it do that before. So that got me to questioning the real word for hocus pocus. Not hocus pocus, but the one I said that meant the body of Christ. But let me go back a little bit, right? Because I got excited about that. Because, like I said, I just never saw the phone do that before. It was the most unusual uh, pattern or thing to see the phone doing. It really was. So that lets you know what this is. This is magic. This phone is magic. This laptop that I'm on is all magic. All of it. Every bit of it. All of this. And the world we live in, is probably some kind of throne illusion. Wow. Okay. So let's see. One second. I want to kind of stay in order. So I looked for what did I look for? Doggone it. Let's see. Real quick. What was I looking up? Oh, I know what came up. It came up different forms, different rhythms for poems is what it was. So those are really spoken words, not even music, but for a poem. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is good. So it says the rhythm for a poem. And so that led me into the different kinds of rhythm. Example of meter in poetry. That's what it's called exactly. Let's see. Examples of meter in poetry. And it's a lambic tetrameter, a lambic trimeter, da 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 da, triatrack. I can't say all these words. A trimeter. You can go in and look for it yourself. But oh, then what? Along the line, a few down the way, I run into dactylic hexameter. Was that the hex word that I was looking for? Is that where I found it at? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Didactyl hexameter is a form of meter or rhythmic scheme in poetry. It is traditionally associated with the quantitative meter. So that's what made me go look up quantitative and found out what a quantitative data was. And quantitative data is anything that can be measured with a number. Oh my goodness. I hope I don't sound like a geek. Like how sometimes people be talking and they be so above your head that you don't get what they saying. I'm just trying to simplify that as simply as I can because I'm a simple person. So the dactylic hexameter is a form of meter or measure or rhythmic scheme in poetry. So it's a form of rhythm and poetry. The cat is fat. The rat ate the hat. Blah, 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 blah. It's a form of rhythmic pattern in poetry. Words. Not even with a instrument behind it. Just words. It is traditionally associated with the quantitative meter. And I told you what the quantitative meter was. It was anything that could be measured. This is where I got it from. There go the hex word that I was looking for. It's a hexameter. This is all of how they are changing algorithms. And like I say, algorithms are nothing more than rhythm. It's a disguised word. So you don't ever just like put it all together. So you don't never put it all together. I never knew. I didn't know when I started this, I was going to end up making this many videos about rhythm. I had no idea. None whatsoever. What? Are they serious? What can you do with that kind of power? And can we undo what they've done? And where do we start? So lamb was a types of poetic feat. So for instance, lamb, this is the most commonly used rhythm in poetry. Crochet is a type of poetic foot. Just like you measure a foot on a ruler, this is a foot in poetry. I used to love poetry. Rap is a form of poetry with music behind it. So it's super lethal. Super lethal. Ooh. Not only are you being put under a spell, but you're getting put in a groove. I don't even know. It's like I can't do nothing no more but just meditate on the word of the Lord daily. If I take my mind anywhere else or do anything else, it's like it's dangerous. Like I shouldn't be doing it, you know? Because it's something, even watching cooking shows. This one woman, she was making a peach cobbler and all that sexual undertone underneath that, it was sickening. It was like, girl, can you just make this peach cobbler? Or they doing a shout out for Thanksgiving, or they doing a shout out for Christmas, or they doing a shout out for somebody's birthday. I mean, they always put some type of energy on it, you know? It's insanity. just hope I don't leave this earth like some mad woman. I just pray that, the Lord leave me with some dignity in this battle, because people love to call you odd or different because you do things so different from everybody else in the world. I know he is. It's just it gets hard on this battlefield when you just really, really being real about the battle. You know, I you go to churches and you be thinking that these churches is on your level, and they still are participating in certain activities that it's not about. So I mean, you just have to be careful everywhere you go. Everywhere you go. Yeah, but that's a hexameter. Uh oh, that's what I was reading to you. 1 second. That's what I was getting to. So now you got the lamb, you got the crochet, you got the spoondy. I guess I spondy because it's not a double O in there. Like I say, my pronunciation of I have never even heard some of these words, so forgive me. Uh, Dactyl is one measure of music also. So dactyl is made up of three symbols. The first symbol is stressed, and the remaining two symbols are not stressed, such as in the word marvelous, for example. This is the forest prime, that's the primeval, the murmuring pines, and the hemlocks is the example that they use for dactyl. Dactyl is made up of three syllables. The first syllable is stressed in dactyl. Curse. Well, if it's just one word, that word would be, the whole word would be, if it's just one syllable to the word. Uh, Primeval, it has three syllables. And prime is the stressed syllable in the word. So these show dactyl in this line. Primeval and murmuring. Murmuring. Yeah, it's three syllables. I was like, that's four. No, it's three. So remember what I said in the beginning. Not about the quantitative data. Let's see. Right here. Right here. Remember, I said rhythms are of different patterns of stressed and unstressed syllables. So that's what the meters of poetry are. Different levels of stressed and unstressed syllables. Like I said, you can go back in and you can look at those for yourself. Like I say, it's lamb, it's crochet, it's and probably all of those could be used actually in spells. But it caught my attention. The dactyl one caught my attention is because it had a hexameter in it. And that's what a hex is. So it's three, and they love that number three because it's three syllables with the emphasis being put on the first syllable. They love the number 3 because it's the witch, it's the uh, young lady, then it's the pregnant lady, and then it's the old lady, the crone, the witch, the 3, the Mercedes Benz sign, the broomstick that is on a voodoo altar in the book of the uh, Land of the Zombies, I think is the name of the book. I forget the name of the book now. Yeah. But this three wick broomstick sits on this altar along with an insect egg or a egg. I used it in a video to say it was the cockatrice egg. You know, in the eggs of insect, it'd be a bunch, like if you ever seen a roach egg, not to be gross, but it'd be a bunch of roaches come out of that one egg. And I'ma assume that it be a bunch of somethings coming up out of they got something to do with bugs too. So it's an egg on this altar. I said it was the cockatrice egg, but it's actually an insect egg where they come out in hundreds. I don't know if ants come out like that, but they come out. Insects come out in hundreds in their eggs. Fish have a lot of uh, that when they produce, it be a lot of fish come out of one egg. It'd be a bunch of eggs at one time or something to that effect, you know. But this is no joke. Wow, the adversary got all us playing. I did not mean to throw up the sign. While the adversary got all us playing, this ain't no joke. This serious business for them. But like I said, I picked on the dactylic one, or the Lord picked pointed the dactylic one out to me because it is 3 symbols. Excuse me. The first symbol being the one with the stressed syllable, and like I say, the 3 ends of the broomstick. And what a witch ride? A witch ride a broom. And they got a potion for making that broom where the witch can ride it. Each unit of these types is called a foot. I didn't read that part of it. These rhythms are of different patterns of stressed and unstressed syllables. Rhythm. This is rhythm. Each unit of these types is called a foot. Ooh. And then the types of rhythms I just told you are lamb, crochet, spondy, didalic, and then asset, I believe. Anset is the 5th one. Anapest. I'm sorry. Anapest is the 5th one. So now, what is the foot in rhythm? Ditalic is a metrical foot. That's what they call a ditalic. Or a beat in a line containing 3 syllables, in which the first one is accented, followed by second and third unaccented syllables. In quantitative meter, such as in the word humanly. In didactyl, we put stresses on the first syllable and do not stress second and third syllables. So, dactyl is the metric foot or beat. Dactyl is the beat. And quantitative data is measured by numbers. And numbers are the language of rhythm or algorithms. So, wait a minute. So, not only is algorithm the basis for AI, algorithm or rhythm is also the basis for, uh, along with a form of rhythm such as a dactyl rhythm, is a way of speaking to place a spell on someone. More than likely using rhyming words. Swish is the beats. I eat the beats. Just like you see all the witches do whenever they throwing a spell on somebody. In all the movies, you always see them using rhyming words. I told you in the other video they use the witches. Um, the witches. Uh, it was a group of witches that used rap in order to place their spells or their curses. And hocus pocus. Hocus pocus is a magical formula used in conjuring. 1630s earlier, hocus pocus. Common name of a magician or juggler, a sham Latin invocation, you invoking something, used by jugglers, perhaps based on a perversion of the sacramental blessing from the Mass. And I said this word, like I said, my video was playing back to me, and this word, hocus corpus meum. This is my body. You know, Jesus told the disciples, this is my body, which is given to you for the remission of sins. So they take the power from something holy, from Mass. That's what they call it, the Mass. And they defile it and pervert it. But that real name, Hocus corpus meum. It has power. So now I'm going to be asking the Lord, as a child of God out here on his battlefield fighting, how do we take this power back? And I'm just going to have to stay focused on the Lord through all of this. I can't let nothing in this world just like really faze me, because it's all a distraction to get my mind off of what the Lord really would have me to do. I will speak of one man, is the rest of the story, that went about in King James his time, who called himself the King's Majesty's most excellent hocus pocus. And so was called. They called him the most excellent hocus pocus. See, this was King James Jester. He was King James and he was in the majesty. I heard King James wasn't a very nice guy, but the Lord used who he will to do his will. Yeah, you don't have nothing to say about it. Tantus Tabantus. I just need to quit saying all this stuff. A dark composure of words to blind the eyes of the beholders, to make his trick pass the more currently without discovery. And I kept this page open. You could just go ahead and read that if you want to. Look at the lion with the wings. But that's the page I'm on to get that information. It's online etymology dictionary. And I kept this page open because at the bottom of the page was some other related words that I have often questioned. Uh, the one I'm going to talk about is hokey pokey. Hokey pokey. You put your left arm in. That's my right arm. You put your right arm in. You take your right arm out. You put your right arm in and you shake it all around. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. And I have questioned that song in my mind, and I just found it so ironic that that is one of the words that popped up along with hocus pocus. That's what is all about. Hokey pokey. And this is what they teaching your children in school. This is what they're learning. This is what you send them to school to learn. They learn all kind of witchcraft. You might as well be sending them to school for Harry Potter. Just like Harry Potter going to which school, whatever the school was named. That's where y'all need to be just sending y'all children. Y'all could just name y'all children's school the same thing, because that's what's going on. A bunch of magic. A bunch of magic. A bunch of witchcraft. A bunch of spells being thrown around. And it's getting realer and realer. Along with hokey pokey was, what else was there? Hanky panky, higgly piggly, hoax, and hokum. Why is hokey pokey in there with that? Hoax, hokum. You do the hokey pokey. And I heard that they put themselves under some kind of purple dust. Hung dust. Come from the Chinese. Some kind of hung dust. And they put this purple dust. That's what Prince Purple Rain is all about. They put a circle, they make a circle around themselves in this purple dust, and they stand in the middle of the circle, and they turn themselves around. What's hokey pokey? I might have to come back with that one. What is the origins of hokey pokey? And why is it in line with hocus pocus, hoax, and hokum? What does hokey pokey have in common with those? All right, I went a little long on this video. It's supposed to be shorter than the last one, but I went a little long on it. Yeah, that's all I got to say. Is that they use rhythm to play with time. And wherever the syllable is at on the word or rhyming words, detects the power of the spell. Didactyl is a foot of rhythm in poetry. A hexameter. I didn't ever read what a meter was, huh? While I'm getting ready to end the video, I never did read what a meter was. Let's see. Dactylic hexameter, also known as heroic hexameter, and the meter of epic. You know, like dun 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 dun. You know, when it's really getting ready to get juicy in a movie or something, you get that heroic or epic. It's a form of meter. So what was meter? Or rhythmic scheme in poetry. What is meter? In poetry, metra or meter in English, metra in British, is the basic rhythmic structure of a verse or lines in a verse. That's what a metra or a meter is. It is the basic rhythmic structure of a verse or a line. All of this has to do with rhythm. Rhythm run deep, huh? I didn't even know rhythm ran this deep. I had no idea. Who knew that rhythm ran this deep? Not me. I didn't know that rhythm ran this deep. Did you? And a ditalic is a foot in poetry. And meter or metra is the rhythmic structure of poetry. And this is what the witches be doing. They be using rhythm, rap, rhyming words to cast spells. I hope I brought that point across. I hope that makes sense, even. I don't want to say too much to make it complicated. I want to keep it simple. But yet still, I don't want to leave anything out, you know? Many traditional verse forms prescribe a specific verse meter or a certain set of meters alternating in a particular order. There goes that alternating again. Alternation is important in it also. So not to keep that same tone. That's where you would use a dialic, uh, ditalic, only putting the emphasis, the syllable, the emphasis on the first syllable of the word, giving that alternating rhythm. Because, hmm, I wonder if it's one of them that use the last syllable as the syllable that would be emphasized. Because. Hmm. All right. That's all I had to say about that. Is that that's where I got quantitative data from. The measure of something, the measure using a number. Uh, from the italic hexameter, which is also just a form of measurement for rhythm, putting the uh, three syllables, putting the emphasis or accent mark on the first syllable. This is magic, y'all. This is witchcraft at its finest, and it's what we use all day, every day. It's what we are taught in school. That's how we learn how to read. Putting emphasis on certain words, like, you know, putting the accent mark and breaking the word down into syllables. That's how we learn how to read. Then we learn how to spell from those accent marks and those syllables. We are all under a spell. There is the power of words that is spoken of in the Bible, the power of thought. And when you go to their schools, they are instilling that in you. They are teaching you their way. But we was doing Daniel, and uh Daniel and them had to go to the Chaldean schools and learn their magic. And all they wanted to do is know the Lord. But luckily they knew the Lord first. So they knew what they was learning over here in this magic school wasn't really what was up. Okay. Had a hard time saying it. You know, and to love the true and living God. But they believe in that type kind of magic, and this is what they was teaching. They was teaching the power of rhythm. All right. I love you. The Lord loves you. His son Jesus Christ loves you. And I'll see you next time.